Jeff, thanks for the submission on XYZ Co. Let's get the ball rolling. I've logged the details onto PPL, so it's all online, and have registered all the risk information. I'm attaching the underwriters so I can go into Lloyd's today and negotiate, and they've received alerts for 10, 11 and 12:30. I wanted to raise a point that you've asked for bodily injury cover, which is typically excluded by cyber insurers. The underwriters will likely need more information. We can instantly upload any additional information should you need to, like images and lost records, so that won't be a problem. Thanks, Jeff. Talk soon.
Let me show you how the Lloyd's market works.
Hi, Jaman. I'm on my way to see you at Lloyd's this morning. We've received a submission from a global company who manufacture medical devices. They need tech and cyber cover as well as bodily injury cover arising from a hack. I've put all the risk information on PPL. If you log on, you'll see that their revenue's $15 billion and their business continuity plan tells us they can be down for 8 hours. We can discuss the complexities at the box.
Since the client has asked for non-standard additions to cover, I'm going to speak to the lead underwriter who will be setting the terms for this, and the other underwriters will then follow to make up the placement.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, Jaman. I got your initial comments back on PPL before I left the office. Thanks for that. In answer to your question, we also have a representative standard contract with a client, which they tell us 90% of their clients accept. We also know their current primary has a 50 million limit with a 1 million retention.
So I've had a chance to review the submission, and I'm happy with the level of the information provided. If you can make a few assumptions, then I'll be in a position to offer some lead terms. So first of all, I'd like to ensure that they comply with any local regulatory healthcare requirements. I'd also want to verify that their business model is B2B and that they don't go straight to consumers. And finally, I'd like to ensure that any personal information they collect is limited to employees only. So if we can get comfort around some of these aspects, then I'd be in a position to offer a 50% lead line. So that would be a $50 million primary with a $1 million retention. And that would be subject to all of the traditional terms and coverages. I can also provide an extension to include bodily injury, subject to $10 million retention.
Okay, that sounds reasonable. Thanks, Jaman. Can you update it on PPL and add your assumptions online as subjectivities for the client to confirm?
Sure, so I can do that. I will also require more information around their procedures around critical patching. So if we can get that uploaded as well, then I'll be in a position to get to it straight away. You might also want to speak to Tokyo Marine Kiln because we recently concluded a similar deal with them, so they might have some appetite to consider this.
Thanks. I sent the submission to them too, and I'm planning to see them next.
Perfect, so I look forward to seeing you again shortly.
There are many cyber insurers in Lloyd's, and knowing which specialist underwriter to go to is a key part of the job. Which syndicates are writing what types of business, what their business appetites are, how they change. It's all part of getting the best deal for the client. Technology like PPL is helping make this much quicker. Hi, Aoife. I'm here to discuss XYZ Co. Did you get all the information on PPL that you needed?
I did. Let me just bring that up. Looks like it's all here. Thank you for sending that through.
On screen is the additional information and quotes I received from them.
It looks like the lead has been agreed and all the cover is standard cyber cover. I can agree to support with a 50% line. I'll need a little bit more information around the subjectivity in relation to patching systems, in particular the legacy systems on operational technology and whether or not they're connected to the internet. For option 2, it looks like there's bodily injury included. If we could please have some information as to whether or not they buy products liability and up to 25 million in cover. That would be great. Other than that, it looks fine.
Thanks. Assuming that they confirm the product's liability cover, what line size would you offer on the option with bodily injury?
I can do that now. We can support with a 25% line.
Great, thanks. I have enough to go back to my producer with, and we'll be back in touch with any feedback. Otherwise, I'll sign and close on PPL.
Perfect, thank you.
Hi, Jeff. We made some really good progress this morning, and I'm on my way to meet with one more underwriter. We have a fully supported quote for standard tech cyber cover. As expected, in order to get underwriters to consider the bodily injury coverage request, we will need more information. As you know, it's typically insured under a product's liability policy. Can you advise if any product-related bodily injury is covered and to what limit? Are there any cyber exclusions? Thanks.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, Maro. Do you want to bring up my submission? You can see I've got lead terms. Are you interested in 25% to the option including bodily injury cover?
Yeah, thanks for that. Can you tell me a little bit more about their products?
Of course. They design and manufacture medical devices for healthcare professionals. Specifically devices used for patient monitoring. There's nothing invasive. They must follow general policy and special labelling, mandatory performance standards and post-market surveillance. I've uploaded some more supporting documentation which the other supporting markets can see.
Okay, that's very comprehensive. Yeah, I can definitely do a 25% line of the placement with the option for bodily injury sublimit. Just to be clear, as we're talking about connected devices, if there is any element of human or manual interaction, they will not be covered.
Yep. Thanks. Understood. The final subjectivity is with respect to products liability, and I've just had an email confirming limits of 50 million and no cyber exclusions. If you're happy with that, are you able to update the subjectivity now?
Yeah, sure. There you go. I'm also going to add the subjectivity in respect of their manufacturing sites, so I just want to know a little bit more about how many sites they have and what are the redundancy capability within them.
Thanks for your help. That'll be with you within half an hour and you'll get an alert from PPL.
Sounds great. Thanks for that, and keep me posted.
Hi, Jeff. We'll be sending through 2 quotes for you shortly. We were able to get both options with a 50 million limit excess of 1 million retention with an 8-hour waiting period. The first option is for standard terms and the second includes a sublimit for bodily injury. Just to be clear, as we are talking about cyber and applying cover to connected devices, if there is a human or manual element causing the bodily injury, it wouldn't be covered. Have a look at the quotes and just note that these terms have pre-binding subjectivities. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call.
Hi, Lindsay, great work. The client has elected to go with option 2. Furthermore, they confirmed the subjectivities. I will email you their response on the questions regarding patching and manufacturing sites and their redundancy capability within them. Go ahead and bind the order. Thanks.
Hey Jeff, thanks so much for the order. My underwriters have bound their lines, I've met the subjectivities, so I can now sign and close. All the documentation will be with you by close of business today. Thanks again for the order and for all of your support.
What a productive day at Lloyd's. Now you know how the market works. I'm already on my way to the next meeting. Speak soon.